All right. All right. So Google Wallet is what we will be looking at today. And let's just get a feel for it. Google Wallet is an easier way to pay in stores, pay your friends, and pay online. I have heard of it before. I've been recommended it before. Well, not exactly recommended it, but I've seen people on forums generally recommend it. And um I will say I've never used PayPal, but I've heard a lot of horror stories about PayPal, which would definitely put me off from using it. But then again, I've never really found a reason to have something like this to pay online. So even if it was useful and worthwhile, I don't know if I would need it. Google Wallet comes with 24/5 monitoring. I need to learn more about that. I think this is what most people would look at first, is the safety of it and how much Google is going to be on your side if something goes wrong, because PayPal is definitely not on your side. You kind of accept the risk when you use PayPal. So, safer wallet, you're always protected with. Okay. Plus, our advanced monitoring system checks for fraud. This is what we need. Lost, stolen. If you lose your phone or Google Wallet card, you can remotely disable the app of the card or the card. That's good. I'm sure a lot of people will like that you can disable it yourself quickly and easily. A wallet with a lock. When you set up the app, you'll create a custom 4-digit PIN. That's fine. Huh. Okay. Be in control with instant notifications. Receive instant notifications on your phone immediately after you send and receive money. That's whatever. Okay. Obviously, everybody skips over this stuff. Alright, let's go back. Fraud protection. Covers 100% of all verified unauthorized transactions in the U.S. To be covered under this policy, yada yada, must be reported within 120 days. I guess that's pretty reasonable. Oops. Report an unauthorized transaction on your wallet. File a claim. I guess if what additional info would I like to see on this page? I think one thing is, you know, working with an entity like Google, you want to know how quickly they're going to help you in a case like fraud. I mean, you want instant response and instant assurance that things are being rectified, things are under control. I mean, I guess you kind of get that with the statement of 24/7 monitoring. Support team is available. I guess here we go. Google Rep now via your computer. Oh, okay. So we see that. Let's go back. Buy online. I think this is the biggest reason people would use it. To send and receive money from anywhere. A lot of the rage these days is donating, like watching video game streams, donating money. And I think people might be interested in things that would help them easily do that, because that's where I've heard a lot of horror stories from, is with PayPal, is streamers that have accounts set up. Sometimes they lose access to their money for one reason or another, and PayPal doesn't really seem to want to listen to reason or want to even open up lanes of communication, so people just lose access to their money, and it doesn't seem fair, but there's not a lot they can do. So that's a risk you take again when you sign up with PayPal. It's convenient, but you have the chance of not being able to access what you view as rightfully yours when they have a different view of it. Receive for free, spend instantly. Access it instantly with a Google Wallet card. Again, notifications are just not something I pay as much attention to. Once you receive your nice, okay. This is another reason I've heard, if people don't have bank accounts, they like to use this because of the ease of access of being able to go to any ATM and use it. But that's rare, I think. I think these days you're probably going to be set up with a bank account. So I don't know how often this is really going to be used for that exact reason. Maybe people would use it as a separate entity to do stuff online just in case if they deem something risky. If something happens, it's just to their Google Wallet, which they might keep a smaller amount of money in instead of their bank account, which if it got compromised would be a bigger deal and more of a hassle. So in that case, would I use Google Wallet? It would be in extreme small instances, just as, I guess, I don't know, maybe a safety net, just because if you don't want to get your bank account involved, I could see that. If you want to deal with, shop in store, shopping online. Tap and pay with your phone. This isn't as big with me because I don't have a smartphone, but I mean, I'm obviously the incredible minority here. And I could see that being a big thing. Your gifts on the go. Store your gift cards. Now that, it's a small thing in the grand scheme of things, but it's interesting to have that, especially all stored in one easy to see place. You don't want to go around carrying a bunch of cards. I could see that becoming really popular. But that's like a nifty, neat thing. It's not what you would rest your decision on whether or not you would use Google Wallet for it. That's not what you would use it for, but it's a really nice perk, I guess. Never miss a loyalty point. Store all of your loyalty programs. I've never been big into loyalty programs, but I could see this being incredibly convenient too. These are all things that offer a ton of convenience, and they might grab people's eyes in the first place, but I don't know if they would overall sway their decision completely to use it or to see if it's worthwhile. It's just a nice little, oh, that's cool too, but it's not the major sticking point of whether or not they would actually think of it as necessary or worthwhile to use. Order the Google Wallet card for no fee and spend the money in your wallet balance. That's good. Obviously, you would need a physical card, probably. MasterCard locations. I don't know a lot about a credit cards, so I don't know if that's if that would be trouble, but I'm guessing not as much, but gift cards within Google Wallet. Okay. I guess I'm hoping. Okay, I was confused. I thought you store any gift card. I was hoping that would be the case instead of being limited to just these. I mean, you've got a little bit of variety here, some big names, but I mean, there's a lot of these. I mean, it covers a lot of ground with what people would give gift cards for, but I don't think this is exactly what people want is a limit on what kind of gift cards you could add to your wallet, but maybe that's a logistical sticking point that can't be changed. Same thing with the loyalty programs. I think the biggest thing is shopping online safely and not having to involve your bank account and sending money to people electronically without having to get too involved, again, involving your bank account. Purchase on mobile apps and sites in as few as 2 clicks. All right, so real quickly, what is Google Wallet? We could watch the video if we wanted to. I guess we could. An easier way to pay? I guess that would be a good way to advertise it in summation. Because, like I was saying earlier, that's what people would use it for. Um, Interactions online, either buying stuff for yourself or sending money to someone, and donations, like I said, is a bigger thing that's becoming more popular now. So it's an easier way to pay your friends, and to pay online. I think that's probably the biggest way to sum it up. And all right. Would I use Google Wallet? I would not, because I don't need it, because I don't do most of the things online that other people might in terms of buying stuff. I could see it being used just as a security blanket, just to have that buffer, to have that account used instead of your bank account. And I think that's what most people would use it for. And I could see it getting more popular than PayPal once it got more notoriety, but that is if there was a fair way that disputes were settled, if there would be such things like there are on PayPal sometimes. What additional info would I like to see on this page? Um, that's kind of hard to say because it's a simple product, really. I guess, hmm, I don't know. I think one of the first tabs, or at least what I would look at, is the Stay Safe tab. And I don't know if anything else needs to be expanded upon here. As long as you hammer home that it is 24/7 fraud monitoring, which I think people would easily believe, seeing as how it's Google. Um, so it's kind of a hard question to answer, because there really is no additional info to be seen. I guess if there's the possibility of more, I mean, and this is really not involved with me, and I don't think this would be as big of a deal, but if there's a possibility of more gift cards and loyalty programs being added, or if we could upload our gift cards and keep track of them on here, even if they're not a part of Google Wallet. So that's about it.